Since I've had this bike, I've wanted to put a CRF450X front end on it, because the technology and the old suspension on these XR650Ls aren't all that great. So I picked up a dead CRF450X 2008, took the front end off of it, and there's a whole ton of guys on the internet who found ways of doing it. Basically, I kept my steering stem, and then everything else came off the 450, the wheel and everything. Some guys will buy an adapter, and there's all kinds of adapter kits that are bolt-on, but they're quite expensive. So a couple of things that if you're doing it yourself that you have to figure out is your headlight, what kind of combination you're going to go with, and also the steering stops. So on the CRF front end, the steering stop, some guys are tapping a hole into the aluminum here and then putting bolt heads so that they stop properly. What I did is I had a piece of stainless flat bar that I shaped, and there's a threaded hole there already. So I put a lock washer in, and I cut it to length, and I shaped it. So on this end, it hits the frame before it hits here and damages that side. And on here, this flat bar hits where the old steering stop would hit. So I just finished this. I'm going to try it for a while, but I think it should work fairly well. I just kind of custom shape that piece, and if not, I'll do something more permanent. But a couple other things with this is I had to build my own dash. I did this with 2x2 aluminum angle, and there's all kinds of options for this too, but what I did is 2x2 aluminum angle, and then I added some switch for some fog lights and 12-volt power. And then this here is off of another bike, an old Road King, and I cut this just with a jigsaw with a laminate blade, and I had to kind of reshape it because I had nowhere to put the signals, so I put the signals on the custom dash there with an aluminum angle, 2x2 angle, and then it was a perfect spot with a bit of shaping and bending of this original aluminum for the Harley. It fit in there after I cut the wings off, and then from there I needed some supports to the bars. So these, I use some small turnbuckles, and I'm sure I could have come up with something nicer than that, but I covered these up with some 550 paracord, because when you're out in the bush you can always use some extra stuff like that. So that's where my extra paracord goes, and then you could adjust the angle of this with the turnbuckle. So this here, I've got to play with it a bit longer, and I think I'm going to shorten it a bit more, but I'm going to ride it a few times on the highway to get it just right. But that way the angle of this can be adjusted simply with the turnbuckles. Mug holder here, phone holder here, or GPS holder. I use it for GPS. But other than that, it was a fairly simple job. Oh yeah, the one thing, if you're going to do this yourself and not get it done professionally, the stem on the XR650L it barely gets through here. So if I was to do it again, I would just get this machined under here a little thinner, or this actually probably machined this lip. That way you'll get a little more grip on this head nut here, or the stem nut. That was an oversight, first time doing it. So other than that, it was a pretty fun little job. Those forks look pretty good.